Okay, so they might evacuate us in the next few hours. They might or they might not. I don't think they will, but just in case they do, I want to get this video done so that I can, or I just want to get this video done so if it actually happens, then I won't have to be like tripping through a bunch of stuff. I will have to record my review video through a phone and that's it. I don't have any editing software, so yeah. I just like, I don't know, because I live where the Rio Grande is, like Rio Grande or whatever I want to say, in Texas, like right next to the border. So like it's only a mile, less than a mile, So yeah, and it's flooding really badly up north right now. Like a little bit more north of my city, there it's flooding really badly, and it's starting to rain over here as well. It's drizzling outside. You can't really tell. You can't even see it, but that's not the sun. I was want to say like, why was it so bright? But it's drizzling a little bit, and if it starts downpouring, there was a tornado in San Antonio yesterday, so just in case they want to move us, I'm ready, and I'm just want to get this done. So yeah, if you see me kind of in a rush with this video, that's kind of why. So yeah, but let's get into this review. I don't need to worry about that for now. We're going over the Raw from July 13th, so that's cool, I guess. So yeah, the Raw from Dallas, Texas. I was originally gonna go to this Raw for my birthday, for like, because my birthday was a month ago. Birthday gift for my 18th. So yeah, buy money, and yeah, I've already gone to 2 shows. I didn't need to go to another one, so that's fine. But I still was able to watch, and it was a pretty good show from what I saw. So yeah, let's get into it. Super long intro, my goodness. But it started off with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi's segment. This one I thought was pretty cool. It was Paul Heyman had like 5 cops come out, but they weren't really cops because they were just there to like play with Obafemi's head and all that. Paul Heyman was like, "Oh, I got restraining orders from Brock Lesnar and Obafemi because I'm scared of what they're gonna do and all that." So yeah, that's kind of a cool touch there. Kind of builds on to like these guys are dangerous. And then Obafemi came out once again, another amazing promo cut by him. That was probably one of the toughest Oba promos I've seen since he came to the main roster. So pretty cool there. And each time they have a segment with each other, they're always delivering really well. They're always building hype for that match, which it's absolutely props to both of them. I don't like Brock Lesnar, but I think the work he's doing here is really cool as well. Like, we always say this every week on Mondays. Like, when Brock Lesnar's having fun with his opponent, that's when it's going to be generational because he wants to put effort. He's having fun with his program, and it's going to be good because of that. Because when Brock Lesnar gives it his all, that's when it's really must watch. So, and he's been giving it his all with Obafemi here, and he's been selling his ass off for him. It's been really good. So I'm actually really excited about their SummerSlam match. So yeah, another tidbit I want to mention here is that Obafemi said he's gonna. He didn't relinquish the title shot. He just wanted to push it back. Like that's the main implication, because Brock Lesnar would interfere. But at least they gave us a reason instead of saying there was no reason. So that's all I want to say there. For this segment, I'll give it a 4.1 out of 5. It was really well done. So yeah, let's move on. The second match was between Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez, and while the match was good, it's just repetitive and annoying. First of all, we've seen Io and Roxanne like 3 times in the best year already, so yeah, I mean they've been good matches, but yeah, what has it led to really? Same formula once again. Io Sky got the win, and then here came everybody in the Judgment Day to beat down Io. Ruka came out, and Judgment Day stood tall, or I think Ruka made the save, and then they stood tall. I have no idea, but you get what I mean. It's just the same shenanigans every week, so yeah, it's getting really annoying to watch. It looks like they just have no idea what to do with the Judgment Day girls until SummerSlam, in which I'm hoping they turn Raquel and Roxanne turn face. Because it's really ran its course, like it really ran its course, and they're giving Liv no favors with that title run. So yeah, I feel really bad for Liv as well. She does not deserve all the hate she's getting. It's just they keep using her terribly. I don't even know. It's just horrible stuff for Liv Morgan. One of the worst reigns ever. I think Io's gonna win that title now. So yeah, I would give the match a 3.4 out of 5. But the execution after the match, the post-match brawl, thumbs down. Really. Oh man. Next up is the Vision and Alpha Academy segment. So yeah, after sleeping on it twice, I would say that this was a really terrible segment. It was not terrible. Like there's stuff to like and there's some to really not like from this. If you liked it, then okay, that's cool. That's cool for you. Hope you had fun watching it. But for me, I just didn't like it at all. Like it was supposed to be a Vision Championship celebration, which already wasn't a good idea because the Vision, as a faction, I think Logan and Theory are better together. But with Braun, I feel like he should be doing better stuff. And I think he even voiced a frustration about it to Creative, I think, after the show. I'm not even too sure how long ago that was, but I think he even voiced his frustrations about it, which I understand that. Alpha Academy came out, which I thought was cool at first because maybe we could set up a potential title shot. And I thought we would like see some good promo work, but it just instead looked like a really dumb high school feud that you would see like in some sort of fucking rom com or something. I don't even know. I'm sorry for swearing, by the way, but yeah, like it's really all the jocks and the popular ones and the champions literally versus all the geeks and the nerdy kids and all that, which is Cesaro and Otis, like they're the lovable goofballs of the roster. Which, okay, why are we putting this in wrestling? I have no idea. This really felt like 2019 in my opinion. This is just, oh my goodness. Then there's Maxine and Theory's love thing. I don't even know. PDA has never really worked in this wrestling unless they're both down to do it. Dom and Liv really, and I mean really got down to it, even though the background of that story was not really well told. But they really made it work together pretty well because they just know how to do it. It didn't really feel forced. It was just on the fly, and they made it work really well. But for Maxine in Theory, they made it forced, especially because Maxine has a husband. I'm pretty sure it just felt really badly forced. And I don't know. And then here's Braun Breaker, who's in this faction still. I think he should be a main eventer by now. They had him at the beginning of the year fighting for a World Heavyweight Championship on the main event of a really cool Raw. The opening Raw of the year. And now he's playing second fiddle to a love story in his own faction behind Austin Theory. Really? Okay. And then there's all that weird tension with Maxine and Otis. Like, oh, Maxine, you should not be going there because they're bad for you. And just random pauses of silence that were just very uncomfortable to look at. I don't know. Then there's Otis's hesitation to speak, which Otis, if he was put in a match with Theory, I would have been happy with because Otis can make anything work in ring. But this promo, he just couldn't really. He just felt hesitant to speak and all that. And then there's that weird moment where they almost kiss Maxine and Otis, and then Theory low blows him, and Maxine's like, I never wanted you in the first place. Which, what are we doing? I'm sorry, I've gone 3 minutes off this clip because of how dumb this really was. But on the bright side, I try to look at the positive things because I don't like to dwell on Twitter like everybody else, or like most people do. Sorry, but I'm trying to look at the positives. At least we might get Alpha Academy winning the titles. We might get an Otis match. I don't know, but just that segment was the worst part of the show by far. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.3 out of 5. I mean, yeah, like I said, there's stuff to like, but there's a lot of stuff to dislike about this. So yeah, let's move on. Next up was Royce Keys versus Jimmy Uso. This match was literally made a commercial break and nobody knew about it in the U.S. until it came back on the air. If you have Twitter, then like I do, but yeah. I don't use Twitter during the commercials. Arturo does when we're on call, but I don't. Like, I just sit back, relax, and just take breaks because I do commentary on stream. So I just take breaks, just mentally relapse. And then Arturo told me, hey, there's a match going on right now. I'm like, what match? Royce Keys and Jimmy Uso. I'm like, what the hell? What was that? Right now. And okay, they made it official under commercial, and yeah, the match was nothing. It was legit nothing. You can skip it if you want to. The only important thing of this match happened post match where Jacob Fatu arrived, caused a DQ, a whole brawl ensued, and ended up culminating with the announcement of a 6-man tag at SummerSlam. Solo Sikoa came out. Solo Sikoa, in my opinion, was the MVP of this segment right here. Kind of was acting like he was part of the family, and then with his mentality, or not his mentality, with his comedic manner, he just betrays Jimmy and Jacob, and he's like, haha. It was honestly really funny. Like, Solo Sikoa, please don't let him be himself because he is a gem, and I think this babyface run is gonna get him over. I really do. So yeah, and then LA Knight came out, helped Solo Sikoa. So yeah, Jey Uso was not here. I don't even know why Jey Uso hasn't been showing up lately, which I don't know, but yeah, hopefully he's okay. I guess I don't know. They announced a 6-man tag, which okay, I guess. Like, I don't know if I'm excited. I don't know if I don't want to see that. I don't even know. It's just. Yeah, but the bright side is here that I think it's cool that the Bloodline story isn't really revolving around Roman. I like how they're not interfering with the Seth Rollins storyline. I like how they're having a little one for themselves. Because, yeah, if it was interfering in the Seth storyline, I would have been pissed. But, nah, it really has its own story, which I'm okay with. For the match with Royce and Jimmy, I'll give it a 2.4 out of 5. For the execution, I'll give it a thumbs up. It wasn't bad. I don't think the match will be bad either. It's just, I don't know how I feel about it. So, yeah. As long as they're okay with it, I'm okay with it. So, yeah, let's move on to the next segment. Next up was Bayley and Lyra Valkyria's segment, which I really liked for a number of reasons. Only a few, I would say. Lara Bailey's segment showed how good Lara's promo ability has held up since NXT. I watched Lara Valkyria's highlights, or some of her highlights and promos from NXT. She cut a really good promo back in NXT, and then there was last year when she was IC champion. With her feud with Becky, she had like really good promos on the build up to their matches. There was that one Becky Stompers promo which kind of buried her, I guess. I don't know, but outside of that one promo, she was always really good on the mic, and I'm glad they gave her a chance right here. And her demeanor, like her deranged persona, I think it really fits her character. And she's just kind of crazy now. She's kind of a crazy heel, so I like that about her. And then she just roasted Bayley. Damn, justice for Bayley, by the way. She called her the worst of the four horsewomen, and how her friends just never stick around with her. And how Bayley's holding everyone back. Like, Bayley, damn, get your number up on her next week. But they did well. Actually, no, there's no next week. They're facing on Saturday. I keep forgetting Saturday night's main event is this Saturday. I keep forgetting it because I'm not looking forward to it. But oh well, it is what it is. But this segment I thought was pretty well done. I kind of hope they have another match at SummerSlam, this time with a stipulation. But if not, then I hope I hope they give him 20 minutes at Saturday's main event. If Bayley is leaving, I hope this is a good match to go out on. I hope putting over Lyra is a good way to go out. But I do hope this continues to SummerSlam. This segment was really good. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, let's move on. So next up was the gauntlet match, 6 or 7 man gauntlet match, number 1 contendership for the IC title. Yeah, winner would face Penta at SummerSlam. So yeah, I thought it was a very good match. It started off kind of weak. Dom versus Joe was mid. Joe Hendry, with Joe Hendry going out like that, okay. I'm assuming he's in a feud with Dom and the Judgment. I'm hoping he feuds with Dom, low-key, I don't know. Dom won that one, but I don't even know what's gonna happen with Joe Hendry. They've killed all of his energy, really. I don't know. And then Javon came out. It was Dom versus Javon. And then we came back from commercial break. Danhausen entered and costed Dom the match, which I don't really like because I like Danhausen, but I would prefer if he would stay away from contendership matches, title matches, opportunity matches, anything like that. I just don't want him interfering in that because if you push Danhausen a little bit too far into that ecosystem, it's gonna get really annoying. But Danhausen on his own, just having little funny feuds, I think that's okay. I think it's pretty good. I don't like him. I don't really like Danhausen myself. Or I like Danhausen, it's just like, it's got a little bit, I don't even know how to say it, but yeah. Javon got that one. And then Javon versus Dragon Lee was instant classic. The 5 minutes they got, actually, I have a photo of it somewhere. I think I still have it on my photo album. But I think Javon versus Dragon Lee. Where did I take a screenshot? Okay, there it is. Javon versus Dragon Lee. Oh no, it was 7 minutes. Never mind. Wait, Dom versus Joe. Okay, it was 7 minutes, and that was peak. Really, like Javon versus Dragon Lee. That was like a really peak match, and they were moving really quickly as well. So that was pretty cool. Javon got that one. Rusev came out. Another really good match with Javon. Rusev really looked dangerous here. Out comes Chad Gable. Gable wins that match, and here comes Ethan Page. I think he rolled up Rusev, but Rusev killed him, so Ethan Page didn't have an opportunity. And Ethan Page still lost, and that was the shortest match, 4 minutes. But it was very good. I thought it was a pretty fun gauntlet match, not the best gauntlet match. Like, it's not going to compare to the peak we got in 2024, leading up to WrestleMania. It was peak. That one was peak. This one was still fun. I thought it was still fun. I think it warrants a rewatch. And then, yeah, coming out of it, Chad Gable. Yes, Chad Gable finally capitalized on him. Waiting 2 years for this one. He won the gauntlet, and he's going to face Penta for the IC Championship at SummerSlam. I mean, better late than never, right? Yeah, up to WrestleMania 40, he was really over. But now, I think he's even more over after the Ludwig. I mean, not Ludwig. Who's that? Who's Ludwig? After the El Grande Americano match. I broke character right there. But I think he's had even more traction since that match. And yeah, I think he's more over. I think now, especially with his hometown being in Minneapolis, I think that is the perfect time to give Chad Gable the championship. So yeah, I'm gonna give the match a 3.8 out of 5. The winner, thumbs up too. So let's move on to the main event. This is a longer video. Damn, my longest one so far because it has a lot of talking points. And the main event of this show, the SummerSlam contract signing with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. It was a whole nothing burger. A whole lot of a nothing burger to begin this signing, but then that face-to-face promo, especially Roman's part, just had a lot to enjoy. Like, yeah, I'm kind of a Roman Glazer. I'm kind of a Bloodline Glazer, but I really feel like this promo was really well done by Roman Reigns. he was just roasting him and rage baiting him, just absolutely cooked Seth on the mic. And Seth really didn't have much of a rebuttal, but then he just snapped and just beat up Roman Reigns like crazy. So that's pretty insane there. But I like this. I like the tension in this. I like how they're building this match. People are complaining about it because, oh, we're seeing this again, bro. Of course we're seeing this again. It's a culmination of a 15-year feud. You people had to know this match was gonna happen eventually, right? And it's happening now, and people are bitching about it. Like, this is why I fuck off on Twitter, dude. Like, this is why I don't go on Twitter while I'm watching the show. So yeah, I'm gonna give that segment a 4 out of 5. I thought it was really well done, like I said. So yeah, the rankings for the matches. My favorite was a Gauntlet match, and yeah, my favorite promo of the night. Now, 3 of the 4 were really, really good, but my favorite was Brock and Oba. It just made me super hyped for that SummerSlam match, and it's going to continue hyping me up if they keep delivering segments like these week after week. So, yeah. For the entire show, I'm going to give it a 3.6 out of 5. It's a pretty good Raw, in my opinion. The only down portion of it, I would say, was during the Judgment Day highlight and the Vision and the Alpha Academy segment. But those were really the only 2 lulls of the night. Everything else was really good, really fun to watch. So, yeah, that's about it there. But that's gonna be it for this one, everybody. Thank you for watching, and yeah, the rain is starting now, so like, yeah, but that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and